feeling this week, man? What's new with you, Horatio?
Hey man, I'm feeling good, yo. It's so crazy that we are one United States, and yet we're so far apart from each other. But we have to start off the pod by shouting out the people in California, in LA, bro, going through the fires, bro. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you've been seeing this, man, but this shit is crazy, bro. Hollywood, LA, I think it's Pasadena. I don't know, all
Yeah,
them hill names
Pasadena.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a man, Malibu. It's a lot of places on fire, bro. I've never seen no shit like this. And we always talk about just obviously being thankful for what we have, but what is your next step when your whole house, everything that you have is on fire, everything that you have is gone? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be wondering about people's next steps. So I'm good, but I went through a, what I'm saying, a wormhole of that. So shout out to the people in California. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. I also want to talk about that. I've seen the discourse on social media talking about how people are finding it hard to have sympathy or empathy for people that are very rich that are losing their homes and personal belongings. Money cannot buy certain things and memories that you have inside your household, the way that you lived in there, memories you've had. So I think that is kind of fucked up for people to say, "Oh, well, you got the money, just buy another house." Because like Janae
Yeah.
Aiko went on social media was talking about how she lost her house along with some of her family members, and just talking about like pray for me and my family and things that we're going through. And people like, "Oh, well, you got enough money to buy another house. Why don't you just go buy another house?" And I just think that's I don't know. I don't like that.
Yeah. But see, that's what happens when you take out. That's what I'm saying. Like, you ask me how I'm doing, and we're all doing fine, like like normally. But people are going through real life, like shit, and it don't really matter how much money you got. I mean, people really love to see, the term "eat the rich." People love to see the rich suffer because they think they have all the, they're taking the money, the transfer of wealth, and everything. But man, it's sad to see, man, whole neighborhoods wiped out. I mean, this is not everybody. Yes, these houses are very expensive, whatever. But it's just in general, like, you don't want to see people's lives being ruined. But that also goes to say material things, bro. I mean, those people in those moments, you realize what is important when when your whole house is on fire. You go, well, I mean, I got me, I got my family, I'm good. It's like that's really all that matters at the end of the day. So it's twofold, right? It's like, yeah, we put all this value on this material stuff, but also too, man. I mean, you got your life, man. That's all that really matters when you come out, when you have when traumatic events like that happen. So I know we want to hold on to material things and we want to judge people by what they have or what they don't have or whatever. But when it comes down to it, all you got is yourself at the end of the day. So shout out to the people that made it out of those fires safely. Okay. Let's move on to a lighter note. Everybody's talking about this. The number one song of 2025. I got to ask you, CDK, as a music guru.
Mm-hmm.
Jello Tweaker. What was your first? We always talk about nostalgia. What was your first reaction to the song when you heard it?
I thought it was a remix to like one of Boosie's old songs or like a sample or something. I might swerve and hit the corner. Ooh. Like it sounds like something Louisiana bounce. Like that's what it sounds like. It sounds like something Webby would have made. It sounds like uh No Limit Soldiers. Like it gives the 2005. Now, where I feel like we are with music, I think that the consumers want nostalgia. We want that, right? But we're tired of hearing the same samples from the same songs.
Right.
Hot in Here, like all the Nelly songs, like we've gotten that. Cater to You, we've heard that. Like there's so many other songs that have been sampled over and over again, but there are sleeper songs that were not singles that are still good 2000 songs. All you got to do is add a little bit of chimes, add a little bit of water drops, like that can give you the nostalgia feel of the 2000s without sampling the same songs over and over again.
Yeah, it's so crazy that it's like 20 years is exactly like the nostalgia window for people. I think it's because that's when the people that were young enough to have memories, and then they're old enough to be able to create and have an audience. So it's like people are talking about like, oh, this sounds like 2005, 2003, like around that time. It's like 20 years ago. So that's always interesting to see. How do you feel about the song blowing up? Because when I first heard it, I was like, I mean, it's cool. It's a cool song. I think like, we always talk about how like with music, you have to have something else. Obviously, the thing behind this song is the nostalgia feel. He's a basketball player. Nobody's really taking him seriously as a musician. What I don't want to see is that this dude gets pigeonholed into a 2005 sound, and now like this is his thing. It's like this is like a joke, but like people saying like, oh, you should get Manny Fresh on, you should get Juvenile. No. Do
Why
you,
not?
bro? No, nigga, do you. Do what you was gonna do regardless. Don't let the internet make you into something and then they gonna hate you afterwards. If you was, because he won't thinking about that, because that's my point about the 20-year thing. It's just what the music sounded like to him, just like to us. He's like he's, I think he's the same age as us. So it's what like we grew up on, that sound of music. So it's just what comes natural to him. But now if you're known as the guy that does the 2005 sound, that's gonna get dead after a while. People go, oh, like after they can't wear the long tall tees or whatever, like as a joke. Like you want it to be an actual thing. You want people to actually take you seriously. So this is good that he got this traction from it, but don't follow the trend. Stay, like because you won't follow no trend when you made the song. So stay up on up on it. But also too, when trends come out, bro, it just shows me how much followers people are, bro. Not followers, but how quickly people want to be famous. People want to get in on it, bro. It's like, and I used to be like that, bro. As somebody who grew a channel, like was quick to put out videos all the time. It's like that shit is so corny to me now, bro. Like that's why I love we had this pod. I can just come in one fell swoop and get it all out. But just the racing to try to be the first meme or the first like, because that's how the song blew up, bro. Is that people kept dragging it because people was like, oh, it sounds 2000. It's so crazy. When I first heard the song, I thought, oh, whatever. And I went to comments and it was like, oh, the song sounds so old. And I was like, I started laughing like, like, damn, it does. And then from that moment on, it was like that was the bit. So shout out to Leangelo. Shout out to you, bro. You got one. You know what I'm saying? People playing it. It's being played in stadiums. It's like it's gonna be on commercials. Great song, great energy for 2025. But stay authentic, my brother.
But I also believe in giving the audience what they want. Like you can make music. It depends on what you're making music for, what you're doing your art and craft for. Are you doing it for your fans and for people to receive it well, or are you doing it because this is what you like to do and this is your passion? But I also feel like even our mainstream artists have fell into that same thing. Now we're getting what Beyonce really wants to do. Now we're getting what Drake really wants to do after they did what they had to do because it is a job. So I do think there's a fair balance with that as well. But I was seeing a post on Twitter that said there are no 10 out of 10 albums. Like there's no album top to bottom that's like just a clean sweep. Do you agree?
I don't believe that. I mean, you got to be in the tux. I mean, I'm sure if you ask, maybe not rap album, but definitely R&B album. I'm sure there's some SZA albums. Like there are projects of work that people put out 2024, 2023, whatever, that are good projects, that are good full on projects. Now, here's the difference, yo. And this kind of what I want to get to, but the internet fucks up everything, CDK. And it's because of time. Bro, we don't have time to sit with anything. I literally got on Instagram last night and I saw a video of cooking with Kaya. I said, damn, what that shit like 3 years ago? Bro, that shit was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Bro, it was 2-3 weeks ago. It was, I promise you, it was not long. But the internet makes us feel like shit is so long ago, bro, because literally, like, they're constantly going through the next thing. That's why, like, if you're ever going through something online, like, we're going to get to Joy Taylor and all these people later. Like, bro, just wait it out. Because people, I promise you, this shit goes by so quick. And so going back to the music thing, bro, people don't have time to sit with it. Like, bro, the Boss Man D-Lo album, I think it's cool. I think it's great. It's like so much shit going on that I'm like, it's hard to consume it. Back in the day where people had time to actually sit with music, people have time to actually sit with things. You know what I'm saying? It does. But the music plus this, me and CDK, I want y'all to listen. Me and CDK are 26 years old. We're both the same age. We are not unk. I want y'all to get this through your mind. We're not unk. See, the internet is making y'all think that just because somebody's older than you, then they're unk. No. See, y'all are skipping full stages. We missed the big bro. Right now, we're big bro. Right now, we're big cuz. That's what we are right now. I wouldn't even feel comfortable calling a 33-year-old guy unk. It's just crazy. So my point is that these things are because of the internet. Like, time is a crazy, bro. We're in a whole different time loop, bro. Like, you can make your own, like we were talking about, you can make your own, like, since you can make your own portal within the internet just based on, consuming it and just, scrolling or whatever. So yeah, man, time plays a big part of this, not only in music, but just how people see other people and relate and having a connection with them.
No, I believe the same thing. Like, I think people try to write you off as dead by 40. And you like, bro,
Right.
People wasn't having grandkids until like I feel like people made it seem like you got to have kids so early, you got to start your family, you got to settle down. But we have the rest of our lives to do that. Like we've only lived a quarter of a century, and now they're already like, yo, you got to settle down and get ready to make generational wealth for the next. I'm like, dang, we just got here. Like we just got it able to the point where we can enjoy real life and we can enjoy adulthood. Like I just don't believe that the internet. I do believe that the internet be speeding things up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
even in my own mind, I do that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what also scares me too, as a unserious adult, is serious adults, bro. People who are our age and are so serious, and their life is serious. They have they follow the life book, and like I have friends that are married, that have kids, that graduated from high school with me, and I'm like, bro, I mean, you have to be serious all the time, and it's like I think that is the good and the bad side about like having the internet, having all these options that we can actually like see what it is, and we have more options. You know, we can decide more than they did in the past. You were just based on whatever the plan was, based on your parents or what they seen. Like that's kind of what you went through. So, yeah, man. Let's move on real quick. Oh, okay. Um, let's talk about this FS1 Fox situation. All right. Now, okay, it's a lot of different angles that came with this. All right, so the initial thing that came out was that the makeup artist that's what people. It's the makeup artist is the one that has the lawsuit against Fox Sports, Skip Bayless, the executive. So this one lady has multiple lawsuits out. Basically, I mean, and it's the whole gamut of it all: sexual harassment, bribing. I mean, it's just the full thing. Being inappropriate at work, racism. I mean, bro, she's suing for a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
So in this lawsuit, she pinpoints a lot of the employees at Fox, like a Skip Bayless, who allegedly, which I don't believe this at all, CDK allegedly offered her $1.5 million to smash, which is absolutely positively a lie. I swear that has to be the biggest cap of all time, bro. If that is true, bro, let's just park it right there. If your girl came and said, hey, look, my boss, not even my boss, just somebody that's over me, offered me $1.5 million to fuck him, I would go, okay, well, is it going to be in a wire, or is it going to be like a deposit? Like, what is it? She goes, oh, no. I told him no. It's like, oh, no. You're about to put something on that's very nice. You're going to call this man, and I'm going to drive you over there. and then you come back out. We don't ever got to talk about it. You can quit your job. You know what I'm saying? You ever got to talk. That is so cap, bro. And there is no reality where a makeup artist is turning down, CDK, is turning down $1.5 million to fuck the person that they see every day. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. So let's just park it right there. What you think about just the Skip Bayless accusations? And Skip Bayless is trying to bring the price of pussy up. I mean, the inflation. You thought gas inflation was bad. This is awful.
$1.5 million does sound unbelievable. I do believe he probably did try to pay her to do something. I do believe that. I just don't think it was $1.5 million, especially like knowing that what their salaries and stuff like that are public knowledge. And people are like, oh, his wife is rich and all this. I'm like, yes. But do you know how wealthy you have to be to spend $1.5 million on some ass? Like nah.
It's not an investment.
Yeah, that's not an investment. That's wild. So, and how does that not look suspicious to like banks and like it's just too much that you can go through this. That don't make sense. So, I do believe that happened, and then bringing in other people in the situation, like the Joy Taylor thing, and then they bringing up interviews of what she's been talking about. Then, what's Rooks? They was bringing in her as well, like because they're close and friends and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, I mean, sex for advancing yourself and saying that she came from, I forgot what they said that Joy Taylor came from before this. I think she was a local radio personality maybe, and then
her brother's also a Hall of Famer, like football player. So
well, there it goes.
Right. I mean, that's kind of how I'm sure that's how she kind of got into it. Look, as far as the Joy Taylor thing, look, man, she's around a whole bunch of. Think about this. You're a girl around horny, dumb athletes, horny, old, dumb athletes who were the man wherever they were. wherever they were in the world, they were the man. Now they have went through, they're retired. Now they're sports analysts, and they see you with big titties every day. It's like, to me, it's just the easiest thing. I just hate, like, guys would do this so quickly, bro. Like, oh my God, CDK, do you know how quickly we would be? Do you know how well off we would be, me and you, right now, if we could just sleep our way to the top? I would do it for us. I don't want to care if I had to sleep with a woman. Like, come on now, bro. It's. I don't think that, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. Like, of course, it is morally terrible. It's morally, incorrect. You're a woman in a male-dominated avenue. A lot of women break their backs to be able to literally break their backs to be able to be in this space and not looked at as sexual objects. Yada yada yada. Right. So I personally understand it, but my thing is too, if she is single, right? I mean, you're gonna have to fuck. Like, that's the thing. Like, when she's talking about the guy, Emmanuel Acho, is having sex. I thought he was married. I thought she was married. They're both single. So I'm like, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, if you think about it, the hairstylist or the makeup artist, whatever, she's a huge snitch. It's like, why would you even bring up? Nobody asked you for this at all. Like, high key, Joy Taylor is one of the bros. I mean, come on, let's keep it hot, because the makeup artist was coming to her and be like, hey, they're like, they're trying to fuck me. Like, some of these guys are grabbing my ass or whatever. She's like, come on, girl. Get, like, fuck out of here. Like, she probably was like, hey, you might want to fuck one of them. Like, Joy Taylor is one of the bros, but I'm telling you, her brother was a Hall of Famer. She's around these guys all the time. Of course, she's gonna let a couple of them hit. It just is what it is, man. They have late nights after watching the game. You get drunk. Oh, we're out of town. Come on, man. It is what it is. I have no problem with that. The problem that I have is the snitch ass makeup artist who now granted, she's about to get paid, CDK.
Oh, for sure. Bro. Even if it's a settlement out of court, she's getting it.
They're gonna settle where. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you have not heard a statement from anybody. Nobody connected to has said anything, which means what? It's true. It's true. Something in it is true. Something in it is what I'm saying? Like, because if it was like terrible allegations, they would have immediately come on, like, I'm gonna fight. No. They haven't. Fox hasn't said a damn thing. These people are still on TV. Joy Taylor, all of them was still there the same day, like the next day. So when you think about that type of stuff, man, you have to go look. As a person, as an individual person, you have to think about, okay, look, does my morals affect me this much to where I'm going to be embarrassed around these people, whatever? But if you don't, then hey, it is what it is. She's like, oh yeah, I fucked him, and I fucked the executive, and now I'm here. If you have that type of attitude, then hey, it is what it is. But if you wanted them like the makeup artist, Joy Taylor, like the makeup artist couldn't cut it. She couldn't cut it. But that's that old school patriarchy ass shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. Joy Taylor's one of the bros. My fault. Go ahead. What you got?
That's I think the same thing. Like, if you're gonna do it and do it all out. You know what I'm saying? And then I was watching the interviews and the clips that was saying, like, if there was any athlete to cash up, you like, they said something small like $20. Who would it be? Immediately John Morant came to mind, and you know what John Morant like to do? Go to the strip clubs and stuff. Like, come on, bro. Like, it just gives that. So, but that might have been Brooks. I forgot who said that. One of the two.
Yeah.
But yeah, sleeping your way to the top, man. I don't agree with it, but yeah. I mean, who am I to tell you not to do so?
You don't agree with it because you can't do it. Nobody wants to fuck CDK to get to the top.
Shit. I ain't gonna tell those stories.
That's my point. Like, if you could, though, see, that's what I'm saying. We're not in that situation. This is, to me, is women's business. This is like cheating, like how women always talk about men cheating, and it's because you're not in that predicament to be able to be wanted by all these people and da da da. You don't know that. We don't know what it's like to be a woman who is thirsted after so much, and she can easily fuck these guys for a position. You're just gonna fuck a guy anyway. That's what she's thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck a guy anyway, a random guy. I'm gonna fuck a guy that's in his caliber anyway. Mm-hmm. So why not fuck the executive? He's gonna nut. That's why the 1.5 for Skip. He's gonna nut quick. He's in his 50s, CDK.
He's only 50?
Exactly. He's in his 60s. I'm sorry, you're right. He's in his 60s. So, I mean, how much pumping is, I mean, he works out, but how much really does he have in the tank? Like, come on now. 1.
So wait, does he still work there or not? I forgot.
No, but see, he left. He left maybe like let's say like a year ago. So
a year ago?
Maybe less than that. Maybe he's like, but
that's how bad FS1 fell off.
Nah, he had to get up out of there. Fuck, FS1 is probably straight. He had to get up out of there as far as because he knew this shit was probably coming down the pipeline.
Damn, you think so?
Yeah, man. Yeah. He had to because I mean, because if you leave early and you build up your own show, then you can because he has a Skip Bayless show on his own YouTube or whatever. So it's like you don't have to be looked at as somebody who like Matt Lauer, who was at ABC and he had like a thing where some of the interns was like jerking him off or whatever. Like he got fired. He didn't have his own thing to do. So he got fired. Now people look at him as that thing. Rather it was Skip Bayless, he can leave his own thing. And now people, he has his own thing. So nobody really cares.
So
It's
did
like,
he say retire or like what was the
no, he
situation?
just, whatever. I moved on. I want to do my own thing. But hey, is what it is.
Yeah, he knew.
He obviously ain't. If you can pay 1.5 million for a nut, I am scared of you. That was my whole topic of this. You cannot beat an old nigga tricking, bro. Tricking for us, man. Bro, we can't beat a 60-year-old man with disability and 401k. And I'm telling you, bro, we cannot beat a man with a stack of money who don't care. Who's at the fourth quarter of his life. He don't care. He's ready to risk it all on a girl in her lash business. He don't give a fuck. But yeah, okay, let's move on. Oh man, did you see your boy Lil TJ and
The streamers.
what was the other rapper that was there with the streamer
Fabi.
guy? Yeah, Fabi Foreign. With the streamer guy. First of all, these streamers come out of nowhere, bro. Like I like the guy who streamed that was never seen him before in my life. Like this is my first time seeing him. But here's what I wanted to get into. We know about, and you know about this more than anybody, rapper ego, right? Like how like rappers can really like when it comes to being professional, they don't really have to by those rules. It's kind of like a clown system because like you're letting them, you're making money off of them, so you let them do whatever they want to do, kind of like. So like they kind of don't have to go against the rules, or whatever. And that is in the old media way, right? They can come and do that in radio stations. They can come and do that in TV stations. Come and do it in the studio, whatever. But with these new guys, with this new guard of media and streamers, y'all have to understand. These rappers have to understand that this is not Hot 97. This ain't Ebro and them. You know what I'm saying? Where you can just come in because it's a corporate thing, and these people belong to this entity, and they know that you are the biggest thing. So even if you step out of line, they'll let you go. They ain't gonna say nothing to the rapper. No. Whole new thing. These streamers have their own setup. Are Hot 97. They have their own thing. So the audience that tunes into them like them. They don't give a fuck about you. Not saying that they don't, but they like them more, and they want to see how you interact with them. That's all they really care about. So if you have a good attitude, if you are likable with the person that they like, they now like you. Rather than the old way was, we're gonna bring you in and we like you so much that we're gonna kind of pander to you. And no, not the new way. And with streaming or whatever, all like the cameras are on all the time, the audience gets to see that. And that is such the old guard of being able to, like, I'm a rock star. That is not happening now, bro. Kids hate that. Kids hate that ego attitude because now you're disrespecting somebody that they like, somebody that they have a connection with, and they own that thing. So basically what we're talking about is this streamer had 5-year foreign and a little TJ there, and they were smoking, and it was an Airbnb, and he was like, hey man, y'all can't smoke it. He said it like 3 or 4 times. They like rappers, like they're gonna do it anyway, right? So, but my point is, you see backlash from the audience based on the people coming at the rappers, and it's because of the connection that they have with the streamers. Like now, y'all look whack and corny rather than like looking like a rock star, going up against what you call it, power, or what I'm saying, what you think about that?
No, it's a thing of like respect. And he was like, I don't even know who bro is. It's like he's like, I came from 5-year foreign. That doesn't matter though. It's basic respect, perspective, human beings. And he said, stop smoking, thank you. It's like he didn't like the way he said it, bro. You could have left, went out the back door. He gave you other options. You know what I'm saying? And then the fact that smoking weed is that important to you that you got to do it
Right.
all times of the day, everywhere you go, like smoking, drinking, doing Zans or whatever. And they're so used to people on their team telling them that they could do whatever. Like it's like a child that like always gets told yes because they're bringing in the money or whatever. Now it's a situation where it's like I'm equally as important, like you said, or even bigger than your platform. So I don't have to kiss your ass, and it don't have to be nothing fake. Everything is authentic from this point. So the persona that you're trying to make of this superstar rapper, we're seeing who you are as an individual.
Right.
what's your actual life on a good and a bad side. So it's like
Right.
fans are really getting to see that's what they really like about streamers, because it's hard to fake 24/7 when
Right.
you're sleeping on stream, waking up, going through your daily routines. All of that stuff is hard to fake on a day-to-day basis. So
Mhm.
what they love about streaming is that they can see that fourth wall get taken down. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I think that rappers like Nicki Minaj and things like Kevin Hart, the biggest celebrities, they're understanding that and are able to be vulnerable in a space to where they don't have to feel like they have to be so corporate all the time and give the politically correct answers and things like that, but also still have a safeguard as well.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's just it's great to see. I mean, this is like a W for the internet. Like more authenticity. You get to go past the fourth wall, and people don't like that. Like the whole character thing. Like people want to see who you really are, and like you say, it's hard to fake that. It's hard to fake that. In real time. So shout out to the streamer. Shout out to them for just changing the culture, music, and people being more authentic. All right, I got two. I got two more real quick. Did you see that video of the girl? Now this happened in a church in Hampton,
Yep.
Virginia, where I'm from. There's a video of a little girl that had to come up in front of the church and apologize for being pregnant.
It's not funny because I was really mad about it when I saw the video. And he
What do
was
you think
like, "You
about that?
lucky God didn't take you out of here." And what else he say? He said, "You better not have no baby shower." This is cult like, and then the fact that the mom came back and doubled down and said, y'all are doing more good than bad. Y'all are doing more bad than good, and y'all are making it an uncomfortable space. I'm gonna stay at my church. I'm like, yo, there's no way that this is what the word of God is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I want to know how it got leaked, or like how to was it live stream? Like how did that happen?
Well, it looked like it was one of those churches that had just a camera in the back and they turn it on. Like if, for people who are at home. So yeah, I think it was live stream and somebody pulled it from the live stream and shared it. I wonder how it got out though, because I'm sure the church is probably a small knit community, but that's how somebody in the church probably thought like this is crazy. Like some for real, somebody, because who outside with the church would have even known that?
Then the
So
claps were lights, and this is my thing about church. I understand time and place, but is there any time where somebody be like, I don't agree with that, like out loud, like, nah, I don't think that was right.
not in the black church. I mean, how much space do you have to disagree with the powers that be in the church? I just think it's crazy that like people who, yes, we love, like I grew up in a church, you have community or whatever, but they're not like you shouldn't have to answer to them. Like if you get pregnant, what does it have to do with the church? Like I understand that, but they think it's a bad reflection on the church and in their teaching and their upbringing. And I can see how you can say that. Like I can see how you can say, okay, in this community, we believe that you should be married before you have a kid. You having a kid at a young age is not a good look on how you were raised, right?
Mm-hmm.
That should be how it is framed. Not it shouldn't go public. I don't understand why it has to go in front of a bunch of people. And even though you go to this church all the time, or you see, what I'm saying, you see people, whatever, like that has nothing to do with the people in the church. Like I don't understand how that connection goes. Like where the mom has to go, okay, now we have to bring it into everybody. Even if it's just a
Mm-hmm.
conversation between the pastor. Like I understand that, because obviously it could be a situation where, like, we don't know what happened as far as how she got pregnant. Well, we know what happened, but we don't know in the situation of how it came to be. But that's what I think is weird, and I think that is why why people are leaving the church, one, or why church is changing to what we talk about. Like we see concerts and we see whatever, because that old school testimony service where they go in and they tell all your business at 6 in the morning or the night before, that style of church is fading away due to the, I don't know, like the muscle and the that they made this girl do. Like it just, people connected with this girl in the video because it's like a trauma thing that they've gone through in the church.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. I mean, look, I'm shout out to the girl. Hope the baby is safe, but I would hate to be in that type of situation. I would hate to have to explain my life to my church.
Yeah, and what they gonna say?
Right. They're going, ooh, everybody gonna point and laugh.
Public shaming, like,
Everybody's saying this bitch right here.
like, yo.
Hey, now when you're walking out, everybody tell her she's a terrible role model. And it's like, what do you say?
Don't be like
And
her.
the crazy, right? Yo, right. They're pointing. Like, it's the mom pointing at her other kids, like, you don't want to be like Sonya now. She, you know, bro, that's so embarrassing, man. Shout out to her though. Okay, last thing. Man, this is a recommendation for all y'all. Go watch the Luther Vandross documentary on CNN.
I gotta see it. I haven't watched it yet.
Man, let me tell you, this nigga Luther was him, bro. And you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? Like, I grew up because my grandfather was a huge fan of Luther Vandross. I remember when he died, my grandfather cried. That's the only time I seen my grandfather cry. He was such a big fan of Luther Vandross. Weird combo. My grandfather was a big fan of Luther Vandross and Bill Cosby, like
Oh,
his stand up.
but I mean, back then, Bill Cosby was that guy.
Yeah, and his stand up too. Like, he would go see Bill Cosby all the time. But Luther Vandross documentary. First of all, it's so crazy that we talk about like the dichotomy and things. Like, Luther Vandross is known for love songs, right? But was one of the loneliest people of all time, bro. Like, it's so crazy. Like, when you think of love, his songs, House Not a Home, Superstar, all these songs are like love songs, and he had nobody. And so that was kind of a big thing. But just great documentary, man. Great guy. Obviously, like, it was a big thing was about his sexuality and his weight. Those were two big things that, especially in those times, of course he was gay, but at that time in the 80s, I mean, he was a part of that. He was part of that group of guys, especially black men that were gay, but had a great talent and loved like that culture, whatever, but was so deep into, like you said, the church and in his family, whatever, that like that was not an option. Just like how like being gay and outside is like, no, that was not an option for those type of guys at the time. And they didn't want it. Like, they didn't want it. Like, they didn't care about doing, like, they was doing it on their own. Like, it wasn't about trying to be loud and proud and rainbow flags or whatever. Not the case. They really wanted to be known for their art and what they gave to the world. And Luther Vandross was definitely that type of guy. So go check out that doc on CNN. I had to watch it on CNN in real time. That's the only place I could find it. But
I gotta go record it then. Damn.
Oh yeah, record it. What do you got, TiVo?
No, I got TV, like actual, like
okay,
Direct TV.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah. All right, man. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, my better days to come, man. Keep faith, keep God in your life. For real. I'm going through a season right now. I'm whooping it out. I'm doing my fast and I'm doing all of that.
I'm about to say, you looking a little rough. What's going on?
It's but by choice. And it's a situation of like, sometimes it don't be by choice. But right now, this is by choice. And it's just like, really, I like to flesh everything out from the last year, really getting into January, going into everything dry, do everything clean in the right way, and just open up my mind a little bit more.
Definitely, guys. Hey, man, we appreciate you guys for listening to another episode of CDK and Horatio. You can follow me on all social media at Horatio Radio.
Follow me at CDK on the mic. We up out of here, man.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you guys, and we see you guys next week.